Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. All right. Get things adjusted here. We're the I.S.U.P.K. start off 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA, where we teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, or the 12 tribes of Israel. Started off in 1969, and we are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Officer I.S.U.P.K. teaches the Lashawan Qadash class here, Greenville, South Carolina, Simpsonville area. See, we have Officer Shaw has the chat up. Put your name in the chat. Make sure you guys can subscribe and get your name and get your benefits, and that your name, Hebrew name, is one of the first ones you'll run across. Of course, I see we have young man Fred Drayton on YouTube. So we have YouTube channel and Facebook up and running. Good. We're going to talk a little bit about, we're going to go over, instead of the Lord's Prayer, we're going to go over something else. We're going to go over a few tenses and how things work in the tense. Like you have present tense, past tense. This is going to be future tense that we're going to talk about a little bit first. Then we got a chance, we'll get all the way to the Lord's Prayer. But we're glad you guys can join us for class. You got drinking your yayan and your wine and your mayam and your water. Join yourself. Of course, you know, when you're in class, you want to make sure you have your men dressed in all black. You want to dress men. And, of course, the women, make sure you cover your heads. Even while you're not in class physically, but at home, you treat it just like you're in class. And we're going to get into that in the future here. From now on, we'll get to that. But for right now, you know, join us in class. Do the best you can. Men, you know, wear your headband, and women cover your head, of course. Dress appropriately, just like your respect for the Most High, right? You know, like you're in class, in virtual class, okay? Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Barak Thumb to all my brothers. Yahweh Shemal Athab Hashem, Yahweh Shai to all my sisters. We get started in class, letting you know that we read Hebrew here. Lashawan, Qadash. The tongue, Lashawan, and holy, Qadash. That's what it means. Of course, we read the Hebrew chart. We read it from right coming to left. The top line here is called the ancient Hebrew. Of course, we read Hebrew from right to left. The Syrian Hebrew here, that's the language that we were in captivity. Of course, they sound the same, but they're spelled entirely different. Of course, the Hebrew characters, there are 5 extra Hebrew characters down here in your Assyrian Hebrew. Ka, mana, pa, tazah. They add a extra understanding flavor at the end of the word. Whereas in the ancient Hebrew, you don't have that. You just have a bunch of connectors, which is actually better. Okay? So we'll make sure you guys take notes, pay attention, and we'll go from that. Hebrew, I see a lot of people say there are no vowels, but actually there are 2 vowels in Hebrew. And we use the ah as every vowel in Hebrew except for one instance, and that's an I. There's an I in Hebrew. Comes from just from using the I. And I'll kind of go over real slowly here. You have a I, and then of course you have an ah. Right? Looks like that, or it looks like that. That's in the ancient Hebrew. Of course, in Assyrian Hebrew, you have like this. That's an ah. And you have, I'm sorry, got that the wrong way. Let's put it over here. The ah goes over here, slaki. And the I goes over here, like that. Okay? And that's what the things you have to understand in Hebrew. I do this every class, pretty much if I can help it. So people understand our words, the pure language, holy. And when you say ah, or you say bagada, abagada hawazaka tayakala manasai batajo kwarashata. That is your Hebrew, what you would call an alphabet, but it's really your Hebrew sounds. Hebrew sounds. They're characters. They're characters because they look like characters, but they make a sound. In this case, it makes an ah. These are what I would call your vowels. Okay. Well, like we have, who we have checking in class here? Let's check and see. Let me see here. Let's see who we have checking in class. Kalatazar checking in class. Fred, glad to have you in class, brother. Trooper Kalatazar. And he's actually just here. He just had a few difficulties, so we understand that, brother. But those are your two vowels, and of course, your ah and I. And everything you use is going to have an ah sound to it or an I sound to it. An ah and an I. You know, that's just the nature of what the Most High. Yeah, Fred Jones, shalom, shalom. Like I said, how about Shem Shai, Barak the thumb to all of my brothers. That's all of you. And of course, let me check the chat for a second. One second. Okay, yeah, got it. All right. We're going to do a pretty slow and easy class here today. Going to go over some future tenses, but I may just go over just the enunciation of some of these vowels and words that I'll use the illustration of our words. I'm going to use the illustration. There. Okay, we got that. I'm going to use the illustration of some words to grab an understanding of how vowels are before we move on. You know, like future itself, we use the word like Aithamyad. Aithayad. That means future. It's I, and we say Tha, Yad. Okay? That's what that means. Of course, we write it I, then we write Tha, and then we write Ya. We write a Ya here, like this. And then we write a Da. I, the, Ya, like that. Okay? So that word, and that means future. That word right there. So it's kind of a word to go in your vocabulary. I, the, Ya. Let's see who else we got in class here. I, the, Ya. You guys make sure you like and share the class too. That's important, you know. Like and share it to even my group, Kazakh Shapar. You know, And just like and share the class. Give other people understanding of what's going on. Okay? Oops. Yeah. All right. There we go. Try that again here. Excuse me. Like and share the class, guys, to there. Okay. Now, like I was saying, we use in Hebrew it used to be called the Paleo, but it's actually, that just means old school way of saying the ancient, you know. So we say I, Tha, Yad. These are called, anybody know? Let's see if anybody remember. I just said it a few times. Let's see if people, kind of like a entry level class, because I want to see if people, I want to see if people understand what are these called. This little U here, that little U, this little upside down U, what are those called? Write it in the chat. Take your time and write in the chat what those are called. That's what I need to know. Okay? Somebody tell me what that is. Write in the chat what these are, because they help you to enunciate the word. Because I have it in the ancient Hebrew here, and of course I can write it in Assyrian. Fred, Kalatazah, others will be joining me here. What are these things here? What are they called? These little upside down U's and U's. What are those called in the chat? Somebody write that in the chat for me. Tell me what that is. Okay? That's what I want to know. Somebody tell me what that is. See if we can get people here to Kalatazah, or well, of course people are doing things. I understand that. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. Oh, amen. You know, write in the chat, take your time. Okay, we have Nayar in class. Also, and Kalatazah said they're independent connectors and they're dependent connectors. So he said independent. So these are independent connectors and these are dependent connectors. Okay? Now what is a connector? A connector simply tells the sound, basically, it helps describe the sound. The character itself tells what the sound sounds like, but the connectors tell you whether the joined sounds together or not. That's what these are. You know, you have independent sounds here. Those are independent connectors right there. I use an I for connector, and I can write the word out. We can. Those are connectors. Okay? Why do we need them? Because in the Syrian, when we do the Assyrian, we don't have that. We have the word Ithayah, which is future, right? We don't have that. So if I was to write that in Assyrian, it would be like this. I, tha, something like that. I, tha, yeah. Give us some room over here. I, the, and of course we have a D, and that D would look more like, I'm trying to think of a good way to put it. D, it would look more like with a little stem there, sort of like that. You don't use connectors here. There's no reason to have connectors over here. So we use connectors to help describe and break down a word as far as whether we want the word to join sounds together, like the ya and the da. That's what this is, yad. Tha over here is by itself. That's an independent connector. That's why I put an I connector. Over here, this upside down you have an I over here. You have an I, tha here by itself, got its own sound, just sounding itself out. But over here you say ya and da, which says yad. And that's where it comes from. Over here you don't have it at all. You just have I the yad. But how do you know it? Sometimes you don't. That's why I say this is the purest language right here. That makes sense? Everybody understand that? Okay? So we'll erase that right here. I just wanted people to kind of give an idea, an introductory level to class, to break down what connectors are, to break down the different types of languages, the Syrian and the ancient. You know, just a little breakdown, that's all. Okay? Let me erase that up there. Oh, it is acting funny today. Real different. Okay. All right, let's do something else here. Let's use the green color. All right, let's write another. And if you want to say, like, I will watch, you know, the word for watch is shamar. You know, so we say, when we say anya, okay, then we say shamar, like this. Yeah. Lock it. Let me get this out. There we go. We have dependent and independent connectors. So, this word here, let's see. What did I say? Okay. Since we're talking future tense tonight, something that will happen, right? So you say, I will watch. And that's what we got on the board. Anya means I. Okay? Will, I, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, to say I will, you say anya. And to watch is simply shamar. Okay? To watch over something. You know, that's why when the sisters, they say Yahweh shamar al atah. Okay? So, and shamar, of course, like I said, to watch. So we're going to say, you know, to spell that out, we're going to do something like this. Let's just spell it out. Let's just go from here. Let's just go as in for Anya, right there. Okay? Let me see through me right there. So you say an. Now, how do I know? And I'll get you guys to tell me what connectors. Tell me which connectors is right or wrong here. That's a good way to put it. That's what I'll do. On Yah, then I'll say ah. On Yah, ah. On Yah, ah, and then we'll say Shah. And then we'll say Ma. Like that. And then we'll say a R for Ra. Like that. Okay? Alright, so if I did this, type in the chat, is that right? What I want to say, I'll just type, you guys tell me, you correct me if I'm wrong here, okay? Just correct me. Tell me what's right or wrong, okay? I'll just make some notes up here. Does that look right to you? If I was going to write this in a ancient, when I say Anya, I will. This is a future tense that we're saying here. Because there's different tenses, there's different ways to watch over something. In this case, this is I will watch. I'm going to do, I'll do it later. Let's see who else we got in the chat here. In this case, I'm trying to get you guys used to understanding the connectors. Like, okay? And let's just look at those connectors here. These are upside down U's and rights and regular U's. And that what I just said about joining sounds together and leaving sounds by themselves, does that look right to you? Just look at it real good. Let me check the attendance here. We got Kalatasa and the Yar, like I said. Kalatazar said, yes, it does look right. So I believe, let me check to see if what everybody else think. He put down that there are dependent and independent connectors, right? So let's check it out. That's just the only way you can learn is just get thrown in the fire pan. These upside down U's are dependent connect. That means when you see two words joined together and coupled together with that, that means those sounds depend on each other. Like an, right here. An, A-N, an. That's what that U is joining the ah and the na together. That's the first thing. If you guys understand that, make sure. If you don't, make sure you put in the comment, I don't understand, sir. And we'll break it down further, right? That's what I want you guys to do. And of course, we have another symbol over here. It's called a independent sound. It's an independent connector. That's why. It's telling this, what you would call the alphabet, is telling the character up here that makes a sound. This sound right here is Yah. Here it is right here. Yah by itself. And it's, what is it telling this Yah to do up there? Anybody write in the chat. And don't forget to like and share the class also, guys. Have Lakamawan, glad to have you out, checking in from Slave. I understand, I appreciate that, Lakamawan. Very good, bro. Oops. Okay. Got Fred and Lakamawan over there on that chat. And they holding up the YouTube. We got Kalatazar, Nayar, holding up the other part of the chat, and Facebook. All right, let's see what comment we have. I want to know that right there, that symbol right there, that upside down U, what is it telling this Yah to do? And you guys, that's the only way to get it done is thrown in the frying pan and find out what in the world is this teacher talking about. Well, let's find out. I mean, that's the only way to do it. Just let's find out what I'm talking about. Let's see what we got here. Okay, Kalatazar say, let me see. It gets its full sound. Exactly right. Without the dependence on any other sound, it gets its full sound, right? Let me see. Y'all type in the chat, is he right? He's saying, so far I gave you when I said the on over here as a dependent. These two sounds right here, on, depend on each other. So when you say I will watch, you say on ya. Well, what are we saying? On, and then ya by itself. So he said it gets its full sound, ya. So he's right. Clap it up for him, brother. You know, y'all put the claps in the chat there. And it teaches you to use connectors, because I'm going to write under here the Assyrian, so you'll see the understanding of the difference. But first, I always go with the, we used to call it Paleo. I always go with the ancient Hebrew, so you'll understand. So you'll understand that how the Assyrian is so thwarted, or dwarfed, I would say, or small, if I would kind of say that, as compared to the ancient. This is the ancient Hebrew. This is original sounds of the Most High gave us connectors, man. And I brag about it because it helps you understand what's really there. And I think Qadash said it gets its full sound. So the Yah gets its full sound. He's right. So we have on, then we have Yah. So far, right? That's one sound. Now I put the dots in there so you can differentiate the words there going on. Right? What about this? What is this? Why is this all there by itself? So far we have on Yah. On Yah. So what's this? What's that right there? Let me see. Somebody got something written in the chat. Let me look it up here. Glasses on. Got a Bon Kara. Appreciate that. Officer of 1,000 a Bon Kara. He checks in on us from time to time. You know, I appreciate that, officer. Because, you know, we need all of the guidance that we can, sir. Kalatazar put, he's putting the clan claps in there. You guys like and share the class with everybody. Fred, Lakamawan, and all y'all, right? So, what is this right here? This by itself, just by itself. What is that? Why is it sitting over there? Because it's saying, I will watch. The way to say that, when you put in front of Shamar, it's will watch. I will watch. That's what we're doing there. Without it, it'd just be Anya, I by itself. I watch. Anya Shamar. But when you say Anya Shamar, by itself. Just happened to be a what? What is Remember I told you we have two what? What is It is one of our what? Y'all put it in the chat. What is Talk to me. Y'all take the time. What is by itself? What is If I would put I up there and I put nothing else, let me see. Somebody's got it written down in the chat, and I do believe they got that answer over there for me. Let me check them out, man. I feel like walking over there, so I'll just look it up. Y'all bear with me for about a second here. I'll find it over here in the YouTube. So glad we got both the channels up and running. Man, like I said, you guys remember to like and share the class, man. Share it on, because it's like a beginner level class. Only it's beginner, but I put some complications of like we'll watch tenses. I was gonna do something else like the Lord's Prayer, but you need a few more students here. But I will watch, so I'm using a basic level, actually a difficult level to understand a basic level concept. That's what I'm doing here. Let's see what we got in here. Lakamawan, he said a vowel. Let's clap it up for that brother, see? Clap it up for Lakamawan. Y'all put your hand claps in there. Find him, That's where we communicate. Because before now, we've talked about vowels, and you guys remember it. And of course, in the future, I'm having you putting hand claps in there right now. But on my YouTube channel, on my Facebook, of course, I'm gonna put a link in there so you guys can grab it and go online and get into StreamYard, and we can see you. That way, you guys can have your headgear on like I have. You can have your black, fringes, whatever, You guys can be just like in class. That's going to be a requirement in the future. We're gonna go over that, but we'll get to that. You guys keep checking in class like you're doing, man. You get working up, getting your name, okay? And that's how we move it in I.S.U.P.K. All right, follow orders and rank, okay? Yah, you have an ah, but Lashawan said that's a vowel, and of course we talked about it before. The other vowel is I think it was the I, right? Like that, or like that. That's the Assyrian way, and we're going to write this out in Assyrian here in a second here. But let's get to this. All right. So what are we? That's that and that. And so what kind of connector is that? That is a what? Is that an independent or dependent connector under this ah vowel sound right here? That ah, that vowel, that's an ah. Looks like a sideways A. And of course, in Assyrian, it'll look like this. Like that. Okay, of course, over here, I'll go ahead and write it over here. Starting ah. Got all right. You gotta forget itis right here. Oh, there it is. Like that. And then you have Yah. Something like that. That's on Yah. Yeah. And this is the ah right there by itself, okay? All right. Let's back up here. That's the Assyrian, of course, down here. We'll get to that in a second here. Up here, this is on Yah, on, that upside down U joining the ah and the na together. That's a na. It's like an upside down N, right? The ah and the na sort of joins itself together, and it makes a sound on. And then you have Yah, independent. That's how you make the word. So you can make these words sound like anything you want to make them. That's what we do, okay? Of course, these are already made up, so I don't have to make them. So all I have to do is just duplicate the transliteration, right? All right. Then we have Shah here. That's what a Shah looks like when you're trying to write it in the ancient. But what is this? What is that sound? What is this connector here? That's a connector. Is that independent or dependent? Let's see if you guys pay attention. Along this little W thing here. Right there. Also, in Assyrian, it looks like this. It looks like that in Assyrian. Okay? So what is that? Let me see if anybody can pay attention to me here. Lashawan, it says independent. That's right. It's independent. That is an independent connector. And what that means, to elaborate a little bit, independent means by itself. It makes a sound by itself. That's the point of Shah. Shah. And there's the Shah right there in Shamar. Shamar means to watch. So let's say we're going to say Shah. Because I could say Sham. If I wanted to, I could join these two together and say Shamra. But it's Shamar. That's the whole point. So he's right. Clap it up for him. Independent connector. That's what that is. And of course, in Assyrian right below it looks like that same looking W. It's a good place to put, make an illustration, because these two W's, W looking things there, actually have a sound of Shah. It's the second, it's the 21st, what you would call the 21st alphabet is really the 21st sound on the Hebrew chart, right? Because we have 22 sounds. Independent, yeah, he's right. Independent. Yeah, you guys, sharpen your pencils, because this is like your basic understanding. So when you get ready to write bigger words, I always try to bring in and feed the people that has been there before. And if you pay attention, I'm breaking this down at a basic level. But I will watch is actually more advanced study sound, because I will do something. Now, if you match this with your notes from, let's say, 2 weeks ago, you found out I think I did present tense and past tense, and I did not do future. I don't believe I did. But I will watch. So far, we have Anya Shamar. All right, now we have this little U here. What is this U? What is? Hope everybody can see me here. Let me see. What's going on with this U? We have a U here, right there. And that U is under this little long line with an upside down M or a W look. Right? It looks like a 4. But, what's going on here? What is that U? Because I figure if you write it out yourself, you guys, you get more learning and understanding when you do that. So it's trying to join two sounds together, it looks like, because it's hooked under both of them. That's a ma and that's a ra. I will say that. So what is that? No, what is that? Tell me. You tell me. If you want to go into detail and explain it, I'll wait for you. What is it doing? All those that can got your hands free. And he wrote, Lashawan wrote independent and dependent. And he's right. I'm not sure which one he's got. Oh, dependent. I got you. He said dependent. Yeah, and he's exactly right. Just clap it up for him, right? Exactly right. Got you, Lashawan. Lashawan's picking up on this stuff like Ratazak. I'm sorry. Look. Who I got here? Nayar and Kalatazar and Ratazak. You guys all pick this stuff up pretty fast, and that's what we want. So when you show up for class, we know you'll be ready to read the Hebrew, right? So that's what we got here. He said this is a dependent connector. Now, what makes it dependent? Because on the word Shema, we got Shah by itself. Shah. Well, let's underline that. Let's get some understanding of this. Shah by itself, right? That's what this is. But he said, now we got a dependent. What's dependent? Well, that means these two sounds here and there are dependent on each other to make one sound. That's what that U stands for. That's all it stands for. It's called a dependent connector. And it's important to understand that. Mar. This is a ma. That's where you get ma from. And ra. That's where you get ra from. So you have mar. So you have the word shamar. Shamar. And of course, in replace of that, you can say, I will drink. I will go. I will play. You can put a lot of things there. On ya'ah. You can put a lot of things. You can put a verb, noun, mainly a verb. And replace the shamar and put something else there. We ain't got time tonight to go over all of them. So I like to use shamar because it's a basic one. All right? So that's what we have here. So and of course, in Assyrian, you want to use this type of M. Like that. That's what an M looks like. And of course, you want to use a ra. Sort of look like this. You have to be careful because they begin to look alike after a while. Some of these 7 looking things there. But But that's what that is. So we have the word I will watch. Anya Shamar. Right? That makes sense? If that makes sense, you know, you guys have understanding. And there's so far everybody, Fred. Oh yeah, Fred. I know you're taking good notes, bro. Kamawan. Let's see. All right. All right, let's take the time. Let's take the time to write another. Nayar, okay, good, Nayar. It gets its full sound. Good, Kalatazar. You said that. That's perfect. Let's take the time to write something else on here. All right? All right. Let's do another, like we have somebody else checking in here. Let's see who we got. Ratazak. Glad to have you here, Ratazak. Appreciate that, checking all the way from Columbia, South Carolina. Let's check this out. Let's do something else here. It says, like, you're going to say, that's I will watch. Now, if you want to say, you will watch. Let's do that one. You will watch. Okay? It's the same future tense. Same understanding. Same future tense, right? So you want to say, on you will watch. Let me get another color here. You want to say, and if you know, you can say you will watch, you can say it in male or female. In this case, we're going to use the male first, okay? And the male, and it's just the way you want to say it. We say atha. Atha. Okay? Atha. All right? Shamar. Put a little hyphen there. Shamar. Okay? All right? Now that's a male way of saying it. Because you want to say atha. A female, you want to say this. Oops. The female, you want to say, you. We're saying you will watch. You will watch the door. Well, I'm sorry. You will watch the children or whatever. You want to say atha. The same thing, only you want to put this on the end. You want to say va, tha, sha, mar. You want to put the word yah on the end. That's the difference. If I'm not mistaken, yeah. Yeah, that's what you want to do. And so I'm not going to write the Hebrew out for it. I'm just going to write this part of it out so you guys can know. Because if you want to write the Hebrew, you simply just go right there. You write a tha, and then you write I'm sorry. Ha. Yeah, a tha like that. Like that. write the whole thing out. Tha. And then you want to write Sha. We'll write it backwards here. Sha. Ma. Mar. Sha. Mar. Then you put Ya. Like that. For the woman. And of course, but that's how you would spell that. Of course, you would put this at the end. It's right Hebrew from right to left, right? But that's it. Make sure you write in your notes. The main thing, write in your notes. You can always transliterate it. Just use the charts. Tha, shamar. You will. Excuse me. You will. Instead of saying I will, now you want to say you will. Tha. Tha, shamar. For female, you say tha, shamar, ya. Shamar, ya for female, okay? That's how you want to write that. Okay? Y'all type that, I'll write that down. I didn't have a question on it. I'm just going to put it in your notes, and I'm gonna write another one down here where we will have some questions on it. Give you guys a few seconds to write that down. Write in your notes, because you never know when I'll go across future tenses again. Okay? You will watch. For male, it's atha, tha, shamar. Again, female is atha, tha, shamar, ya. Same thing, just atha, tha, shamar, ya. Shamar, ya. Atha, tha, shamar. You will watch tonight, man. That's what that says. And you say, an ya. An ya, shamar. Okay? You want to say, I will, for the future tense, an ya'a, an ya'a shamar. That's what you're saying, atha shamar. Somebody tell you that, you said, atha, shamar, for the male. That's what you want to say, okay? I will watch. But if you want to say, give an order, you want to say, you say, atha, because that's what the word means. And we're going to get down here in a second here to they, because there's a difference. But this, like I said, this is a future tense here, because I haven't gone over this in a while. Future tense. This is like a future order. Okay? All right? All right? Guys, make sure. And all right, I'm gonna give you a few more of these, then we're gonna possibly move on to something else. I just want to kind of keep you guys abreast. All right, let's go to something like we said I, then you. Now we're gonna say he or she. He or she. When you say he, you say hawa'a shamar, ya shamar. He. You say ha, wa'a, ya, like that by itself. Then you put the word shamar, watch. All right? That's of course, when you're saying he is a male, of course. That's he. That's what you want to write. Hawa'a, ya shamar. Hawa'a, ya shamar. That's he will watch. Right. He will watch, man. Hawa'a. Just remember that. Hawa'a. Hawa'a ya shamar, right? And then, of course, if you want to use a female, you want to say tha. I'll go ahead and write it out. Ha, wa, a, tha. Then, of course, you write the word shamar. And you can replace these, like I said, with any verb. Sure about it now, but I know you can replace it with any verb. Hawa. Oh, I'm sorry, not wa. Lord have mercy. It's ya, ha ya. Big difference. All right, make sure you put this down in your notes right. Hawa ya shamar for male, but when you want to say she, you say haya'a. Haya'a. You know. Hawa ya shamar. When you're talking to a female, it's addressed haya'a. Okay? Haya'a. Tha. That's the biggest difference. The biggest difference is these two right here. Ya and wa and ya and tha. That's the difference. I'll let that stay on the board for a second here. That's how you say he will watch. And of course, you know, you could have he was she. It's just the way in Hebrew in our old language, it's the way we address things, man. We address things in a masculine, feminine sound. This is like you said, it's just the way you said. Hawa ya shema. And hawa haya tha, because that's what you're referring to as she. Okay, you guys, the more you guys get used to that. And the only way you'll get used to it is put this in your notes. You're not going to remember this from your memory. Okay? Make sure you guys write it in your notes. Write that down. It's right there in black and white. Well, in blue and green. I'll give you guys a second to write that down. Let me see. Somebody's written something. Let's find out. I appreciate, like I said, everybody like and share the class, man. You know, we were down for a little while, but we're back up and running now. Like and share your class. Let me see what we got in YouTube. Somebody wrote something here. Live chat. Nazagabar, Princess Baya. Shalom. Shamar Thaba Hashem Yahushua sis. Checking in from Anderson, South Carolina. All right. Right on time, sis, because we're getting ready to get into some writing out here. But make sure you put those down in your notes. You guys, make sure you have your women. Make sure you have your head covered. Men, make sure you have your hair crown on there. Your hair covering. Your war. Headpiece. Like I reiterate again, he, in this case, is either he or she. He will watch, ha wa'a ya shamar, and she, ha ya'a tha shamar. That's the difference. All right, let's go into something different. I'll give you guys about 10 more seconds to write that down. Okay? And that's, that may be enough we'll do with future tenses. I may go over something different. Matter of fact, I do want to go over something different here. That's enough, and we may finish future tenses out in another night, because it gets, if you write notes, it's actually good, but sometimes it get to maybe you guys need to see something else. So let's do this. Let's go to let's understand this chart a little better, because I know some people have problems. Beginners, I like to We'll do that with the beginners going over chart, right? Let's go over this chart a little bit. I like to go over the Hebrew chart. See if you guys can memorize anything. All right? Let me see. See if you guys know what this is versus what this is versus what this is. All right, y'all work on that. You know, when I start writing like that, boy, we're gonna build on this Hebrew chart here. Let's see who remembers what these are. Directly, the Hebrew chart's right in front of you. See if you can build from that. Okay? And then you know the way I write, when things are slanted, they're straight up and down, they're broader. Well, y'all pay attention. They definitely look different. But we want to see if you recognize that. Tell me what these are. All right, and when I say that, let's go from 1, 2, and 3. You know, put a circle around them so you won't think nothing different about it. Tell me, what are they? 1, 2, and 3. Write in the chat, man, woman, sis, brother. What do we got here? What's Qadash Shapar putting up here? We're going to test your skills on how well you know this chart. Now, we put a few things down in future tenses. Put that to the side. All right, pick up your wine again. Drink it a little bit. Drink your mayam. And tell me, what are these? Write in the chat, man. You know, so what symbol is that? What character on the Hebrew chart, whether it be Assyrian or whether it be ancient, what are these? Y'all talk to me. Y'all tell me. Tell me about it. There are 3 characters there. They are not all Assyrian and they're not all ancient. There's a mixture there, I think. Well, whatever they are, whether I mixed them or not, you tell me what they are. Let me see what we got going on here. Let me see, we got somebody in the Facebook over here chiming in. Let's see what they got. See what the Facebook got here. Slocky. All right. Now, Yar has Ra, Da, and Ka. Okay, boy, he's extremely close. Now, Yar, check out, you got them all right. Just check that one out right there, number 2. Check number 2 out. Let me put down Ra. Now, Yar got it very close. Very close, my brother. Let me see who else. Nayar said Ra for number 1. And he said, I think he said Da. And then he said Ka. And he missed 1. Let me see, somebody in the Facebook here. Let's see, who is this over here? Who we got going on here in the other chat? It's good to have the power of 2 chats going for you, man. Let's see. Nadazar Gabar's wife, Princess Labaya, said the Ra, the Na, Let me see what she got. Y'all. She say Ra. Nah. Okay. And the, what she say? Wow. All right, let me show you. I'm gonna put a strike by what's wrong, and then y'all figure it out. Let me see. We got another Facebook over there. Let's see. Y'all correct it. Go ahead. Whether you think it's mundane enough, like time consuming, correct it anyway. Because it's like when you correct it, that's on you. That helps you. It's locking. Let me see here. Ra, na. So Prince Labadi got Ra, na, and Ka. Yeah, okay, she's right that time. Yeah, that's what it is. Clap it up. You got it right. Nayar had him. He had one wrong in this line. He had the da wrong. It looks like a da Nayar, but it's really a na. It's like the na is sort of like I bend it a little bit because there's a bend at the top, so I make it so you can see it. But that's not a da. The da is more straight. So let me show you the correction of what a da looks like. And the da looks more like that. Like that, only with maybe a little. Like that. Like that. That's what a da looks like, okay? That's what a da looks like, sorry. Like it. And, but, between both of y'all got them right, and then of course Sister Labaya got them, she straightened it out, of course. But you were so close, man, I almost gave it to you. But it's Ra, Na, and Ka. And that Ka, I'm pretty much, that's a hard one sometimes, but that is an Indi connecting Ka, that is an Indi connecting Na, and that is a Assyrian Ra. Okay? Very good. Let's clap it up for you guys. That's very good. Y'all clap it up. Y'all make sure y'all understand that. We're going to put some more down here because, of course, the understanding of it, if you can make a differentiation, because I try to make them look just like the Hebrew chart. If you can make a differentiation of them, then that means you can read them. That's the whole idea. That makes sense? All right, let's do this again. Let's do something like this. Watch this. Pay attention. Right? Pay attention. Pay attention. Because I'm always trying to throw it off a little bit. You know, I'm trying. It ain't going to be so obvious either. That's all I'm trying to say to you. And I go by the Hebrew chart. What's that? Y'all tell me what that is. Those are three distinct characters. And y'all take your time, write them down. I'll give you guys a chance to do that. Okay? Y'all take your time, write that down. Oh, why you got them stacked up there? We've gone over tenses. Now we're on identifying these Hebrew characters. I know a lot of people. Let me see. So Labaya has an answer already, Mrs. Labaya. She has. Which one you got, Princess Labaya? You got two answers. I don't know which one to put down. You can't do me like that now. Which one you doing? The first one or the second one? Let me know. I'm not going to assume for you. Let me know which one. Let me know. All right? Now, y'all, I'm waiting for you, bro. Wait for you, Lakamawan, Radazak, Fred. Wait for you guys. Lakamawan, you guys, he may be busy. And somebody, Kalatazar, he may be busy also, I don't know. But all those that can put in the chat, of course, go ahead and do that. Only if you're able, But these are very distinct characters right here. Tell me what they are. I'm taking the time out. Salakia, sir, now. Okay, he has. All right, let's see. Let me put these down here. All right, let's see what we got here. Nayar says, Ra. What do you got? He has Ra, Da. Is this from last time? Wait a minute. Oh no, you didn't put that down yet. Okay, so that's not your answer. I got you. I see what you're saying. Slakia, apologize to you, Nayar. Let me put down what Sister Labaya has down because she has something down here. Let's see what she got. I don't know which answer you want though, sister. Come on now, y'all. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you, Radazak. Y'all take your time there. Let me see. Sister Labaya, let me put your answers down here. Let me see what you got. Let me write down what you got here. Sorry. She said the last one, so she says Za. Na. And God. Okay. I'll wait for you, Nayar. Check it before I give the right answers. I'll let me know what's going on here. Nayar, what you got? Before I put the right answer on it. Okay, Nayar, he got an answer there for him. Let me check him out. Just lock it for a second, guys and girls, women. Just lock it. See what my brother got here. See what he got here. Where is it? Lock it there. Sorry about that. Trying to get this thing adjusted here. Adjust it right. All right, there it is. All right. Let's talk about that. Okay. You have, Salaki, sir, you have 2 is Wa. Nayar, what do you got? Ra. Nayar, you got 2 is Wa. Okay. What's the other one? What's the other ones, Nayar? What's the top? Are you saying? Write 3 down for me again, please. I don't want to mistake what you're saying here. I'm not sure of your answer, so write them down again so I'll know. I didn't say it was right or wrong, just write them down again for me, if you don't mind, Baba Bashar. Which means please, or may I, or can I, or however you want to put it. Okay, there we go. Let's see what you got. You got Za, Wa, and what? Ga. All right. Let me tell you what's going on here. Now, you got them right this time. Sister Labaya, the first time you did it, you had it right. This was actually a wa. You had it right, but you changed it. It's really a wa. So the answer is that is a za, a z, right? And that is a wa, y'all. You both had them right, and then you changed it for some reason. I don't know why. You changed it to a na, but a na, sis, will look like this. A little bit more distinctive, like that. And a wa is straight up and down with just a little stem. It happens, you know. But a za, y'all unmistakably got it right. And a ga, of course, you got it right. So let's clap it up for you guys. So you guys that did it. Actually, you both had it right the first time. Then, of course, one, Labaya changed it. So y'all clap it up, right? Very good. And that lets me know that you guys are, I'm going to put some more up here, so don't go nowhere. Yeah, that's good. I'm impressed because these are the harder ones to understand. When you can understand something like this, that lets me know that the easier ones you guys can do. And that's exactly what I'm getting ready to do now. I want an easier one. For some reason, people get that na and that wa and that ga mixed up. Well, let's do these right here. Let's do these. See what you guys think of this right here. Let's see what you think of this. See what you guys think of this. All right. All right. I always get this mixed up myself. Tell me what these are. People get these mixed up too. Tell me what this is. Tell me what these are. Y'all take your time. All right, let me see. Let's see, Sister Baya got a, let's see, Nayar, look like this. Like you guys are competing real well here. Let's see what she got. Taza, that's 3 of them, sis. Oh, I see it over there. I got you, I see it. You got I. Okay. Look at this. She put down. Okay. I see what you got. Let's see what Nayar got. Let's see what Mr. Nayar got here. me see. Like I said, guys, you guys make sure you have your proper attire on, your head covering. I mean, you know, that's we're going to get into it later on. We're going to get in class, man. We're going to act like a virtual class because I'm going to put you on StreamYard. I've been saying that all year, and we're going to finally get into that later, okay? Sooner than later, all right? So everybody listening in the chat, make sure that you get ready when you go on class. You know, we're going to get into that. So let me see, especially those, well, everybody, sorry. Let me see here. Yeah. Hey, Nayar even put down, see, Labaya put down I, Taza, Taza, and Nayar put down I, Taza, then ending character, Taza. So let's clap it up. So that means you guys know, because they sort of like Y's, because that's what they're. You guys know the difference between those two. 3. I put down 3 to make it a lot easier, because I noticed when I put like 5 or 6 on there, people, they get, they get between drinking a cup of wine and saying, oh, you know, we want you guys to concentrate a few more levels there. Let's write a few more here before we go on here. But you guys are doing an excellent job. This is, I mean, absolutely excellent, because it's getting better and better every week, which is very impressive. I like that. That's that's so important. That's so impressive, man, that you guys are doing that. So impressive, right? So impressive. So impressive. Let's see here. A little sloppy there, but all right, you guys tell me what these are. Tell me what these are. Take your time. Look like are you guys right? You guys got that stuff already? Let me see. Tell me what you got right there. Tell me what you have. Oh, y'all still writing? Okay. Here's some fresh ones right here. Take your time with these, because sometimes they get a little bit more difficult. I try to make them look just like the chart, so you guys won't have no problem. Sometimes when things are made like more oblong or whatever, you still should recognize it and figure it out, because it should look like nothing else to you. The more and more it looks like nothing else to you, then that's that way you know that you're getting it better. Let's see. Let's see what you got now. You got something down already? Waiting on Princess Labaya there. Right? I think you got something down on here. We're waiting for both of y'all. Go ahead, write it down. Stockings. All right. Let's see what you got now, y'all. All right. Let me see. Wait for you, Principal Abayi. I think the Yar, he has something down. I'll put down what it is. Right or wrong, we'll put it down. He said, he said, ending character ma. Come a long way there, son. And then you have a ta, I believe you said. Let's see what Sister Labaya got. And of course, he give the guys encouragement to the people like Fred, who just starting out, and he's writing down, he's trying to see the differences here. This helps him. That's brotherhood. That's what brotherhood is about. The whole Bible is brotherhood. That's what it's about. It's teaching. It's having an understanding with each other. So, and that's what we're doing here. We're sharing with each other. That's first brotherhood. You share, right? Some things you do share. Share your answers right here. Where are we at? Sister Labai, let's see what you got here. See what you got here. Let's see what you've written down, sis. I know you got something over here. You always got an answer somewhere over here. Let's see what you got. You have the pa, the ma, and the ta, pa, ma, ta. Yeah, good. Clap it up for both of you guys. Clap it up. All right. This is a pa. That's right. And that pa, I wrote it in the chat. Well, sometimes, people look at it. If you look at it on the screen, on the book there, I try to write, I'll give you some of the differentiations of all of them that makes them look different. And very good. The pa, has a little line coming down with, actually really it looks more like this. Like that, something like that. Something like that. Okay, and it got a little big curl up there, sort of. You guys did well by following me. But the main thing about the ma is flat at the bottom. That's how you know. Cause you have another one that looks like a sa. It looks just like it, but it does not have a flat at the bottom. It has more of like a oval. Like that. Like that. Something like that. That's a sa. But I'll always put, how you can always tell if somebody's doing it correctly, that ma would be flat on the bottom there. And of course the ta looks like nothing else on the chart really. Little U with a hook there. That's how you can tell. And of course this pa here, and that's the ending connecting pa would just go straight down. It'll just do like this. Same thing, only to go straight down, and then this will go like this. Like that. That would be your ending character. I'm sorry, not ending connector. The ending character for this pa. That's both of these are pa, or the pa sound. But this is at the end, and this, that's at the any other place. In Assyrian, this is Assyrian, that's Assyrian, that's Assyrian. This is not. That is Assyrian, and this is Assyrian. All those are Assyrian characters. Those Assyrian characters, well, most people have the most nightmares if they're trying to read this. And if you're trying to write this all day long and trying to get perfect. And that's what I try to do, is get perfect on these. So let me see. I'm gonna throw you guys off a little bit here. Try anyway. Pay attention. All right. It's Qadash part trying to throw you off a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Let's find out. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see if you guys really sharpen your pencils. All right. Because so far you're doing well. You're doing well. You're doing well. All right. You're doing well. Talk to me. And I tried to write those like that. If you pay attention to what Qadash write, I try to go exactly what the chart does. I try not to put any curly cues or something that's not supposed to be there. You know, I try to do exactly what that chart says. Try anyway. You know, well, y'all take your time. What do you got there? Talk to me. Tell me what you got. Okay, look like Sister LaBaya got something going on over there. She ain't wasting no time. She said, everybody's listening. Everybody else give your answer. Not a problem. Because soon I expect the young men and some of the other troopers who to be writing down, like Nayarez, of course, Prince LaBaya, she's been around for a long time. She's got a husband, it's 1,000, so she understands these symbols. She's been doing it for a few years now, you know. So this is what she said. And Nayar, you doing excellent also, right? Let's see what you got. Oops. Let's see what you got, Nayar. Where you at here? You in my other chat, ain't you? All right, you in my Facebook tonight. See what you got, my brother. You have, you mean to tell me you guys, I can't fool you tonight? I normally have y'all stumbling over this. Let's clap it over. Both y'all are right, man. It's either, maybe this is a tribute to y'all and me. Maybe I'm writing them down correctly. You know, this little J looking thing here is actually a pop. Don't look nothing like a pop, but that's what it is. And this Na here, it looks exactly like the chart that I write on the chart. It's right. This is Assyrian. This is ancient. That's an ancient Pa. I mix them up. And of course, that's an Assyrian Pa, Assyrian Na. You know, that's important to understand the differences here. This is a, what do we got here? Ka. Now I've seen people take the Ka, the Na, and the Ka, and I've seen people write a Ka like this. And that is not correct. Not by the chart it isn't. Because it looks too much like a Na, you would agree. You got to be very distinct about when you're writing stuff down. And all the thing we have to go by is a chart, whether it's handwritten or whether it's written on the top line that's ancient. Of course, we use the Assyrian, or whether it's handwritten down there or the ending characters. We have to do things. Yeah, it does not look like this for sure. But we have to do things according to the chart. It's not about a right or wrong. It's about what does the chart look like. And that's what we want to say. We want to do things how the charts say do it. Because when you do it what the chart looks like, then you can't go wrong. I mean, it's going to look pretty much like the chart, except that's why I'm writing those let's see, what do we got here? Those ancient and Assyrian characters that do have such a differentiation between the two that it's hard to tell. So that's why I'm ironing out those things. That's why I'm doing it on the beginner's level, because at a beginner's level, really a higher level of understanding that chart is really a simple level of understanding the chart. It all starts from this. If you can understand this, now I can put a word out there. And when I write that word, you can see it. When I transliterate that word in Hebrew. And next week, that's what we're going to get into. I'm going to get into translate. I'm going to give you some words. Like we've done this in the past. But I know that's one of my best classes when people go and identify that transliteration of the words, because you're getting this all in one word, jumbled up. Sometimes I may put the word, very rare, but I'll tell you, I may use Assyrian and ancient together, which will confuse you. But if you pay attention, you will get it right. But I try not to do that because that's not really a need. You won't really see it like that. That's just for the sake of class learning, But anyway, you guys got that right. Like I said, we'll clap that up again. Let's see what we got here. But yeah, you guys do an excellent job. We got maybe a couple more to do and then we'll be done. Y'all hanging here with me. But y'all absolutely doing an excellent job here. And I appreciate that. We're gonna let me do. I'm trying to get all the ones that look so like different, because when you're dealing with people who, and not so much as beginners, but when you're doing people, when you're showing people something that they haven't been in class in a while as far as learning, then they'll begin to understand. Oh, okay, I see what I haven't done in a while. I can understand that. That makes sense. It's a lot. Let me see here. Let's find this one here because, oh man, because I've seen people do stuff like this. You write, and then they leave it open, and I can't tell what that is myself. But I'm gonna write down, see if you guys can tell what that is. All right. I'm gonna write it down, see if you guys can tell what it is. You tell me what it is. Tell me what these are. Matter of fact, I'll leave it a little bit more open. I know what the intent is, but I'm going to see if you guys, see if that throw you off, because I've seen people write like that. But you have, and I'm going to show you the difference of how you have to be very distinct about writing things so people won't get them confused, okay? That's the idea. There we go. A little better for that. I purposely did this one just a little funky. So you guys can say, what's Kazak trying to do right there? All right, take your time. Take your time and do those. Let's see, what's that? New York? You lucky you got something written down already? Now, Yar said the Wa, Ma, and Ka. What do you got? Wa, Ma, and what? Ra, Ma, and Ka. Okay. He said Ra, Ma, and Ka. Of course, I did the first one a little different so you could try to throw you off a little bit. Now, Yar said the Ra, the Ma, and the Ka. That's what he thinks these are. Of course, like I said, to understand that chart and to understand the Hebrew, to understand the letters of it or the characters, that begins your understanding of words. You got to understand the differentiation, and it helps you read. That's why you have to understand really what they are. So when you write them down, you begin to see, oh, okay. So you have to do them. And that's what we're doing in class. We're being repetition, using repetitions. We're waiting for Sister Labaya now to iron out what she thinks that is. Yar said Rahman Ka, right? Hope you guys can see that because I got a 3 over here, but don't let that get in your way there. Waiting for you, Sister Labaya. Whoever else is in the chat, Fred, Kamawan, some of you guys are going to work, and I'm sure you are. Ratazar, Kalatazar, I'm pretty sure you guys are doing things. You're busy right now. I understand that. Be very careful. Let's see. See what you got, Nayar. He said, first, like I said, he said, instead of Wa, Ma, and Ka, he said Ra, Ma, and Ka. I think that's what you're saying. Yeah. You said Ra. I'm on. Okay, Sister Labaya, you got an answer here. Let me see what you got, sis. Excuse me here. Sister Labaya saying we're going to kind of see Rama and, okay, she got Rama and Tha. A little different there. One of y'all got to be wrong. One of y'all got to be right. Ra, Ma, and she said Tha. So she took the time to look at something else there. All right. The Ra is right, and I commend both of you guys for filling in what I see a lot of people do. They go and they don't complete this all the way. It's right in here. That's the difference. That is a Ra. Because a Ra looks like this. That's what it looks like. They don't complete it all the way. And I purposely, well, I'll leave it out here. I purposely left it out here to try to fool you. Because that looks like some sort of, I don't know what it looks like. It really it don't look like nothing to me because it doesn't, in my mind, I don't want to get entangled with another word. That makes sense? That's what I don't want. Somebody wrote something here. Let's see what you got when you finish that here. Salakia, sir, really, that last is a Tha. I recognize the little golf club. I ain't got to get into that, Nayar. That's exactly right. You got to recognize, Nayar say, I didn't recognize this golf club down here. Man, he remembered the acronym that I said for that, too. That's important. And that's why that golf club right there makes it a Tha. Because you can do it without it, it would be a Ka. You're exactly right, brother. So you're right. It is a Tha. You're exactly right. It's a Tha. Not the Ka, of course. I figure you saw that. But a lot of people, of course, the Ma, you both got right. You can see the M right there. You can see it upside down. It's an M. It's a Ma. It looks like a W, but if you turn it right side up, it looks like a Ma with a long stem up in the air. And of course, the Tha, Prince Labaya got them all right. Rama Tha, Rama instead of Ka, so he eventually got it right. So Trooper Nayar got it right. That's cool, bro. Because you recognize that golf club, and that's important that you recognize because you have 3 of them. One with a Ka, and it's right. and one with a space in between like that. Like that. I was exaggerating right there. And then one with a without the golf club. That would be a ka. I'm sorry. This is a ha. This is a ka. And this is a golf club. And that would make a tha. And if you look at that chart, you'll see it. That's what it looks like a little putter golf club. That's the difference, because I used to have a real problem trying to understand those three. And then I found they don't look nothing alike to me anymore because I recognize them. See? That's important. It's important to understand what these things look like, okay? So you and you guys both didn't miss the ra, but I've seen people do this. So that lets you know that when you write a word, you can't not do the golf club if you want to thaw. You can't not have you can't do stuff like this. You can't leave it. If you want it open, then, and with a golf club, I mean, that's nothing. So you got to make it one or the other. Well, it's either a ha or a tha. In that case, it's a ha. If you want to make it a ka, then make it all the way closed with no club. If you want to make a ra, then make it all that line. Bring that line off. When you're writing letters. When you're writing characters on the board on a piece of paper, or you come to class, you write them on the board, and when I get you guys in StreamYard, I'm gonna have you guys write it and put it close to on your computer camera, and then you'll begin to see what I'm talking about. Okay, that'll be fun. You'll understand then, because I can correct things and teach you. That I can get, the more and more we can do this, I'm gonna start to get in things a little higher sentence structure. Like we went over tonight, we went over the advanced study of the future tenses. So we've gone through the past tense, present tense, and then we just did the future. I didn't do all of them, but I did enough of them to let you know that the tenses, the different types of tenses in the Hebrew. And of course, we'll take it further, of course. Well, we're going to stop right there, and I appreciate it. And I'll sit here and I explain some things here before we go on. But what I want you guys to do is first thing you want to do is clap it up for class, right? For the participation that you've done. That's beautiful. That's a good understanding of hanging in class and looking at stuff to understand the people who have who are doing the hard things as well as the easy things in class. That's how you get a better understanding. It's how much you want to learn from this. That's the main thing. So, but the main thing, like I said, when you're writing, to reiterate, when you're writing when you did Lashawan Qadash, when you take and write characters on a piece of paper on the board or in class, you got to make sure you finish the character in a proper way. Make it look exactly like that board. So we'll all have. So when I can go to somewhere in a different town or whatever, when I speak to somebody, I'll write it down. They want me to read the Hebrew, then I'm able to read it according to the chart right there. When I want to write the Hebrew down, if I'm teaching a class, and I'm going to teach it just like that chart, I'm not going to vary from that. You know, that's what it is. And so but the people in South Carolina expect to get it in Lashawan Qadash class, South Carolina, just like that chart right there. You know, if I'm off a little bit, it's because I made a mistake, not because I was trying to change something. If I'm off, it's because I did it wrong. That's the main thing, and I don't want to be wrong in it. I want to get things perfect. Be ye therefore perfect, right? Even as your Father in heaven is perfect, the Bible says. Any questions in class? Anybody got any questions? before we do read our announcement. Anybody got any questions in class? Anybody? We'll give you guys about 5 seconds or 10 seconds to reflect to see if you got any questions. Like I said, next week we'll do a little harder class mixed with some easy also. And I'll let you guys know in the chat when we're going to go through StreamYard. So just hold on to your chat. Watch it every day when you come to Lashawan Qadash class. Of course, we're going to have Sabbath services tomorrow, 10 o'clock, of course. And you guys will make sure you govern yourself accordingly. If anything's different, you just read the chat and you'll understand it. If anything changes, okay? So, but Lashawan Qadash class, like I said, the Holy Tongue, right? The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, man. That's what we learn from the Hebrew, the ancient to the Assyrian. We don't vary from our Hebrew chart. Because the moment we do that, the moment we do it, then we got people off with the things are not right. So we're going to hold on to the chart and try to enunciate things, make things correct in picture form, write down the characters exactly like we see them. I'll accept any three. The handwritten, just come close to doing that, But don't do something with a curly Q that doesn't make sense. That makes sense? That's all I'm trying to say to you. I try to do the first line in ancient and then the Assyrian line, and I might do the handwritten, sometimes. That's all I'm trying to say to you. So like the Q in the ancient looks a little different in handwritten and down here, but I see where the difference is. I understand it. I like to subscribe to the first 2 lines, but like if you need to use that bottom line, that's fine. Okay? All right, we're going to do some Hebrew announcements here. All right? Let's see. We are the I.S.U.P.K. Start off 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. The rule for the new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21. Malachi 3:8-10. Means tenth in the Hebrew. Ma'asharah. 10% of every penny of any increase, the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund. It's a free will offering for the priest, not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like. Up holy convocations. We're going to have the next holy convocation we're going to have is Purim. Okay. The 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month. Sunday, the 5th March. Sunday the 5th March and Monday the 6th March 23rd Esther 9, 20, and 31. We'll find that. I'm going to repeat it again. Sorry. Purim, 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month. Sunday the 5th March and Monday the 6th of March 20 and 23. Esther 9, 20, and 31. Okay? So that's going to be in March, right? We're going to remind all Akim and Akwaf to check the bulletin board in the hallway if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. For that, we say Shalom.